So I saw 50 Shades of Grey. Yeah. I did this for my 39 subscribers who I have. If I didn't do these reviews, I would not even see this movie because the premise is stupid and it shouldn't have been a book and it shouldn't even be a movie. This isn't even a review, okay? This is a rant. This is not directed just towards 50 Shades of Grey, but all of Hollywood, because it is pissing me off at this point. Okay, some of you may say they are just movies, but to me, an aspiring filmmaker who wants to make movies as a career when he's older and as a profession, and someone who loves watching movies all the time and talking about them with friends and other people, it pisses me off to no extent to see crap like this that costs millions of dollars to make put on the screen. It just aggravates me that stuff like this, you know, gets a green light to be made. And it's one thing if it's a book, you know, some lady took aspirations from Twilight or whatever and wrote the book and she made millions of dollars, that's great for her. But who in their right mind thought it would be a good idea to make it into a movie? I love making these videos. They are a joy to me. They bring so much pleasure to me. Even if they get 7 views or if 2 people see them, I get enjoyment out of that. Because that means that somebody, you know, likes to watch me talk about movies. But when I have to go see movies like this, it feels like a job. And that's a problem. There's one thing with making a bad movie, but this movie isn't just bad. It is exhaustingly irritating. I looked at my watch more times than I ever have in a movie theater. Every 5 minutes I was looking down at my watch saying, wow, is this over yet? How about now? Is it over yet? Nope, still not over. Don't even get me started on the acting. If you thought Robert Pattinson and Kristen Stewart were bad in the Twilight series, Robert Pattinson looks like Leonardo DiCaprio compared to Jamie Dornan, who played the lead character Christian Grey in this movie. And the girl, Dakota Johnson, who played Anastasia Steele, just stop for a second. Her name is Anastasia Steele. That's the name of her character. There's no reason that these 2 people in this movie should be together. You have one guy who is a total freak, who has a playroom where he has chains, whips, and all sorts of kinky stuff, and the girl that he decides to go after is a virgin in college. Think about that. He whips girls, she's a virgin. He ties girls down, she's a virgin. Who in their right mind thought that this would be a good plot for a movie? Now, I don't mind romance movies as long as there's an overlying plot. Like, I loved Silver Linings Playbook because there was more to that than just a romance story. It was about, you know, finding yourself, making yourself a better person, understanding that if you work hard that you have a chance at a silver lining, which is in the movie. That movie I loved because it had the romance, which was okay, but it had an overlying plot that was a much deeper meaning. This movie is just stupid. And it just bugs the hell out of me that Hollywood is making movies like this. Why is it so difficult to just say no to something? I know money is an important thing, but at some point there has to be a line that you don't cross. And I'm trying to find words to describe this so that you guys don't see this movie. I went into school today trying to tell everybody, don't see this movie. Don't pay the money that they're asking for. Do not waste your time. You will never get these 2 hours of your life back. You know, sometimes I say that when I'm talking about a bad movie, but I seriously mean it. You know, I saw this on a Tuesday night and, you know, I had nothing better to do. I would have rather sat in a room on a chair and done nothing for 2 hours than see this movie. This is the type of movie that it burns me up how stupid it is. The concept is awful. The acting was awful. The directing was awful. The music was awful. Everything in this movie was complete shit. The only reason I laughed a few times was because I had some 70-year-old women behind me making funny remarks. That's the only time I laughed. This movie really pissed me off. I know I've said it a lot, but everything was bad about it, and the thing that makes me most pissed off is that this is gonna keep happening. And it'd be one thing if these shit movies were being made, but it's the fact that they're stealing your money. I feel bad for you people. You go in thinking you're gonna get a certain type of movie, and there's some of you who don't really, you know, do some pre-research like I always do. Before I started doing movie reviews, every time I was going to see a movie, I'd check Rotten Tomatoes, I'd look at YouTube reviewers, see their scores, just to make sure I wasn't wasting my money, because, you know, money's very precious in life. But you guys are getting your money stolen. For those of you going into this thinking you're going to get a kinky movie, it's not even that sexualized. It's really not. It's not what you're expecting at all. And I just don't want you guys to lose your money. I'm not... At this point, I really hope Hollywood takes a step back and focuses up on making better movies. Make better choices. You don't have to greenlight every novel nowadays and make it a movie. That is the biggest trend nowadays. They're taking novels that are very popular and turning them into movies, and sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Like The Hunger Games, very successful movies. I think they're pretty good movies. And then you have movies like The Maze Runner, which wasn't very good. Divergent, which I wasn't a fan of. The Twilight movies, which were absolute garbage. Let's see some originality. And if you can't think of any original movies, you know, take a concept that is already made and do something different with it. Make it special, you know. I'm always one for originality, but I'm also a huge fan of execution. Like, I love the movie Birdman. That is an excellent movie that I just saw. It's nominated for an Oscar right now. It is one of the most original movies I've ever seen, and it's awesome. And then you have movies like Edge of Tomorrow, which came out last year. It's an action sci-fi time travel type movie with Tom Cruise. Everybody thought it was going to be crap because, you know, they've seen that concept before. Time travel, reliving the same day over and over again. They've seen Tom Cruise in action movies, but they did something special with it, you know? And it was a really good movie. So you don't always have to be original with your movies. You just have to, you know, make the execution part happen well. Cast the right actors, you know? Get the right director, get the right cinematographer. All these things matter, and I'm tired of money grabbing people. I want quality. I don't want quantity. You know, they're just banging out movies nowadays just to get more money, and it really bothers me. I want to see more high quality movies, movies that actually take soul and passion. I want to see passionate movies, movies that you can feel someone put their time and effort into making. One of my favorite movies of last year and of all time is Boyhood. It's nothing special, but it is, because it took 12 years to make. Richard Linklater, the director, made a movie over 12 years. That is passion, that is dedication. That's what I love to see in a movie. And 50 Shades of Grey, there was no passion in it. It didn't feel like anybody cared about the movie. The actors, the directors, everybody who was involved with it, they didn't put any time, they didn't put any effort into it. And you can really feel that on screen. And you can feel it sitting in a theater. And that's a huge problem with Hollywood nowadays. They need to really focus up. You know, get more directors with passion. Find actors who really sell themselves into a role. And if you guys want a score for this movie, I'm going to give it a 0 out of 11. There's no redeeming quality in this movie. It's just shit. It's just a big pile of garbage. It's basically you're paying $11 for a bag of dog crap. And please don't see it. Because if less of us see movies like this, less movies will be made of this. I want a stand to be made. And this isn't a review. This is a rant right here. Now, I'm done talking about this movie, and I hope that none of you guys go see it. Look forward to my Hot Tub Time Machine 2 movie review. Maybe I'll see that tomorrow or sometime over the weekend. If not Friday, I'll see it Sunday definitely. Nothing else I can really say today. I'm the Casual Movie Guy, and I'm out.